So day 88, back on trail. We are headed up to Kearsarge Pass. And it's right up there, so most of it's done. Probably another mile or so. The weather started getting hot down in Independence. I heard the news there's going to be another heat wave, but it's pretty nice and cool up here. We got a breeze going. I would even say maybe a little cold when we get to the pass. Plan for today is a short day. To set up for Glen Pass tomorrow. Thought maybe to do this pass and Glen Pass and stay in Ray Lakes, but then it makes for a weird next day tomorrow, like maybe a really short day tomorrow to set up for the next pass or go through late, and then I don't know, it's just weird. If we do it this way, every day is not, there's only I think one decent big day in the middle, actually towards the end. Plan is for 5 days. I think day 4 is a big day, but mostly downhill. And then we'll go out of Bishop Pass. Mentally, I'm a little in a better spot. My finger has a little more movement. It's hard to tell in here, but I can definitely move it more. It doesn't really hurt with the trekking pole yet. Again, my back's, it's not going to get miraculously better, but it's definitely feeling better after rest today. And all in all, I think I'm definitely in better spirits today. That's about it. We got a ride with Paul from East Side Shuttle, and we set up with him yesterday, and he came and got us today. So that made it fairly easy. We got a ride at 11, probably got up here and started around 12. It's now 2. I think that's pretty Independence. Just nothing there. They had 2, it's actually decent though. They had 2 food trucks, and I probably already talked about this, but 2 food trucks, like Mexican food, which honestly was whatever. I mean, a breakfast burrito in the morning, and usually quesadillas or carne asada burrito at night, or we do the sub shop, but that closes at 4. The Valero gas station is a better resupply than the Shell, but they have some good, decent stuff. Probably no mashed potatoes, but you can pretty much get everything else that you probably would need. No backpacking food, like freeze-dried meals or anything, but I already had my resupply for those. So I didn't really have to buy anything because I shipped my stuff to the post office. My dad sent me some Topo Gators, so I have some official Gators that fit the shoe, and they seem to be working well, thank you. And I think today my pack is really, really, really noticeable lighter. I sent some stuff home, and probably saved 2 or 3 pounds. Some stuff I sent, I thought I'd need for the Sierra, like waterproof socks and gloves, which you don't need, I think, at this point. Base layer that I haven't really been using. My umbrellas and home, so just anything I wasn't really using. I had an extra food bag just in case I needed to hang, but I sent that home. I mean, it's an ounce, maybe, if that, but anything helps at this point. And I definitely noticed that my backpack is much lighter, even with my bear can is full of food. I mean, I definitely have more than 5 days of food, but I think it's a little better for me. So I think that's definitely helping today, and that's about it. Again, short day. I'm not sure where camp is today, because there's one kind of near the junction a little bit back, or maybe just go up towards the pass a little and try to find a spot and dry camp. There should be some streams right after the pass. On the way down, we can probably get some water and get ready for tomorrow. The most recent reports on Pincho and Mather passes are no need for spikes or ice axe, and I guess there were some sketch parts on both coming on the north side, which is the snow side, but I think that has dissipated from the last two reports. Glenn is the only one that's a little bit worried. Got me worried. I guess the initial descent, there's some maybe sketch spots or boot. There's supposed to be a really good boot tracks, but I guess apparently there's a part that's steep and you're going down. You're actually stepping down, but I guess the better option is to face the mountain and kind of step backwards and go down. Or you can say down, but I think from what I'm looking at, it's like there's a huge exposed side of the hill. Like if you were to go falling, or sliding down, you'd just be sliding for a long time. So, but the boot track looks pretty good from what I can tell. And people are just saying mostly micro spikes at this point. So, and if you're not comfortable with the snow, maybe ice axe, but that's some videos are over a week or 2 weeks old, and then some reports are pretty recent or 5 or 6 days old, so it changes a lot. So we'll see. I think Glenn's the only one to worry about, and then probably ship my micro spikes home in Bishop. But that's about it. We're good going. Peace. Kearsarge Lake, Bullfrog Lake. Recap day 88. Did about 7.4 miles, 2,700 up. We're camped, dry camped like 0.2 from the PCT. Apparently there's sites by there, but you might have to backtrack a little. So I just decided to stay here. It was a nice, couple nice flat spots that was not busy. So, and looked like it was pretty clear of mosquitoes and stuff like that. So we carried water for 2 miles down to get to this spot. And then tomorrow we're stationed about 2 miles away from the top of Forester. So, and there's water, I think, in a mile. So we're pretty good setup for tomorrow. Not worried about going up, just more worried about going down, the initial descent. And then it's going to be kind of a slog tomorrow. We'll go through Ray Lakes, go down, actually some good sights to Ray Lakes, the suspension bridge. And then we'll have a good 4 miles, a lot of elevation up to get ready for Pincho tomorrow. Not much has changed since my earlier video. Feel okay. My hip again started hurting a little, which is pretty usual for the first day back. But all in all, feeling pretty good. Just about to eat and then try to get an early rest, get to early sleep. The sun is kind of beaming into my tent here, so, and there's not really a big mountain blocking, so it'll be up for a while before it goes down in my face and I'll be able to get some sleep. So that's about it. Nothing has really changed. I'm just kind of excited about Glen Pass tomorrow. Hopefully it's not too technical like Forester. I'm assuming it will be at first, but then hopefully when we get down, it'll be a lot better. instead of like Forrester was just on and on and on, it seemed like. We'll see what happens tomorrow. So big pass tomorrow, big pass the next day, big pass the next day after that, and then I think we'll be hitting sitting pretty. And like I said before, we don't really have to start worrying about passes. All the other passes are pretty, I wouldn't say small, but you don't have to sit there and worry about like, oh, we need to set up for this one and then worry about a certain mileage before the next one. You just kind of go. So it'll be cool. Looking forward to, I'm not looking forward to doing Bishop Pass. I've been there before. I know it's rough. I haven't done Puit Pass. I guess I'll talk about it now since I have some time on this video. One of the main reasons we're going out at Bishop Pass, and then we have to rejoin going over what they call, I think it's called Puit Pass. There's a bridge in the middle of that area that is completely destroyed last year, and the official PCT reroute is to go out of Bishop Pass, which is 12 miles, and then you get to South Lake Trailhead, which is, I believe, about 5 or 6 miles away from North Lake Trailhead, which leads to Puit Pass, which is 16 miles back to the PCT JNT. So you miss Muir Pass, Evolution Valley, which is probably one of the highlights in the whole Sierra PCT, I would think, and JMT. There's other options to kind of go around that. One is off trail, which honestly I'm not gonna bother doing. It doesn't look too bad, but it's not worth it. And going out at Bishop gets us to town and gets us smaller resupplies and not have to carry as much food. And I have I sent a bounce box there to the post office, which I need to get and probably forward again. And so kind of want to go to Bishop anyways. And then I know Yosemite Valley, Tuolumne, Lee vining options coming up here. I think that's after Mammoth. I'm kind of worried about resupply, so I'm maybe thinking about maybe buying some resupply in Bishop and then sending that to the Lee vining post. I think that's an easier option to get to Tuolumne and then hitch to Lee vining and then hitch back. It's like a one-way shot. Instead of going to Yosemite Valley, because that seems like a lot more trouble. Logistics and stuff. I thought I read somewhere that the PCT allows you to hike there from Tuolumne, but that's adding a bunch of miles, and again, I'm not sure if the yard spots is running back to Tuolumne yet. So to me, it's not worth it. I think Lee Vining's a lot closer. I know there's a good gas station deli. And then if I just send some backpacking meals or something, I can kind of reinforce that. So I think I might try to lean towards that in Bishop. But that's mainly the reason why we're going out at Bishop, is that bridge. So I've done Bishop Pass again, but I've never done Puit. But I think it's not too bad. It's like 16 miles, but I think it's just like 4 or 5 up, and then the rest is all the way down. And there's plenty of water and camping along the way. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And unlike going out of Kearsarge, where you basically go out and come back the same trail, these are 2 different trails, and you're actually making miles instead of just, this is like 14 added miles. But since we're kind of doing miles to get out and go back in, we're still kind of doing the miles that we would have missed if we were on the trail anyways. So to me, it's not as bad. And we already set up a ride tentatively with a nice trail angel for that. So looking forward to doing something new in that Puit Pass, and then yeah, should be cool. All right, so I'm gonna head off here and eat and then go to bed, and hopefully tomorrow brings a good day in Glen Pass. All right, peace.